Hello, we're Puppy Love. We're representing PetSmart. My name is Jennifer Patrick.
I'm Chloe Smith.
And we are throwing an event, a fundraising event, sponsored by PetSmart and the Humane Society of Dallas, the Dallas area, the Dallas County, to raise funds to expand the no-kill shelters that the Humane Society has, while raising awareness for fostering opportunities in DFW. And the problem right now is that the Dallas shelters are over capacity. So the shelters said in DFW that they took in 60% more dogs in December of 2018 than they did in December of 2017. This means that there's 6 million dogs per year being taken in by these no-kill shelters, most of which are safe, but some of which die because of illness and disease that is bound to be a side effect of being overcrowded in shelters because of the fact that shelter intake is so limited.
Okay, so to kind of go over who we are. So PetSmart has been around since August 14th, 1986. We have stores nationwide, so 1,477 stores. So we supply products for dogs, cats, fish, reptiles, horses. Over 90,000 pets enter a store each week, and we've actually funded over half of all veterinary schools in the United States. So the group that we're going to be partnering with is the Humane Society of Dallas. So through them, they opened in 1954. The Humane Society as a whole is the 136th largest charity in the United States. They actually don't receive any tax support, so that means that they solely rely on donations and volunteering from people. And also on top of that, the Dallas County location is a no-kill shelter. So that means that they can only take in so many, but what they do take in, they do keep, and if that means for life, then that's for life. So our event that we plan on hosting is going to be called Puppy Love. So essentially it's going to combine PetSmart, our charity program, the Humane Society of Dallas County, and we're all going to come together for one big event for one day, and it's going to be an annual event, and we can go into the next slide. So during this event, we have a few different ideas that we want to raise money for the program. So the first one is we're just going to bring in lots of people by having different games for you and your puppy. Then we're also going to have a photo booth area. So I thought this picture was really cute because it says drool not included. Okay, so then we also plan on having an auction. So through this auction, we want to raise funding. So through that, we can do it through donations, or we were thinking about having donations from other people, but also donating ourselves. And whatever is spent on the product over the amount that we regularly charge, that would be going straight towards the organization, Humane Society. So then after that, we planned on having some speeches from the people through the Humane Society, also offering discounts on vaccinations, pet care, grooming, and then also having a % of all of our proceeds going directly towards the Humane Society to help fund that expansion project.
So right before we get to expansion, real quick, has anyone fostered here at all? Yes, yes. Okay, real quick, yay or nay to the experience? Good, thumbs up. You guys adopt them or not?
Yeah.
You did? No. How long did you have yours?
I had it for a year, but she's with a sight dog.
Sight dog? Okay. So two people, that's actually a lot better than I thought. What it means to foster, so right off the bat, what you are doing personally, you're saving a life. I mean, you can't argue against that. I mean, the no-kill shelter with us, if you come in, you take a pet, you foster it in, you're essentially taking what, if we personally, or I'm sorry, not us, but if Dallas Humane, if they are at capacity, what you're doing, if you are able to foster, you're saving another life by not going to a kill shelter, if that makes sense. Sorry, a little study there. But another thing is help the animals become more adoptable. So a lot of these dogs, whenever they get dumped off at the Humane Society, a lot of these people, they have the leash and they just tie it to the fence and they walk away. And that's it. And these dogs they've had for 2 to 3 years. That can cause some emotional trauma to that dog. So as a foster parent, what you're trying to do is nurture and try to gain that confidence back for that dog to go to their forever home. I think that's a pretty awesome idea as a foster parent. I'm sure you guys over there can probably attest. Cost paid for, so if you guys are not familiar with it, a lot of, actually all the shelters that do allow fostering, they pay for all the costs. What that means is it pays for food, pays for supplies, which could be dog bed, crate, little doggy toys. They pay for vaccinations as well as any medical expenses that may or may not happen at that time, but they do pay for it. And then one of the last things is part of making a family whole kind of goes hand in hand with the second point. As a foster parent, while you're nurturing that animal, while you're kind of going along with its journey for its forever home, it's kind of rewarding whenever you do allow a family take in that pet, see the smiles on their faces, whether it's a little kids or if it's someone who's emotionally in need of that pet. That's pretty rewarding. So our expansion. So what it really is, right now, the Humane Society holds about 20 to 30 cats, actually, and about 20 dogs. So our goal is to try to double that. The more, I know it may not seem like a lot, but if you kind of think about it, we're essentially doubling the inventory of pets while at the same time fostering out. So what we can do with that expansion, with adding more, is that we can create space for animals that are in dire need or in critical cases. Like I said, mentioned earlier, some of them might be emotionally scarred to the point that they might take about 3, 4, or 3 years of time in order to kind of rehabilitate. And so this expansion kind of allows that. And like I said, the fostering plays an important role into that. So our costs, first things first, the expansion, as you can see, scrap load, but I'll get to that here in a sec. Dogs need about 60 to 100 square feet, cats 20 to 30, and that means for a dog to literally turn 360 without hitting its nose and tail on the wall. That's enough space for them to not do that. It costs roughly about 80 to 100 per square foot. So right there, about 70% of the total of 200,000. That is for just the expansion alone. Like I said, I'll get to that here in a sec. So we're gonna do about 5 to 10% for flyers, social media, platforms for our event that we're annually gonna do. And then for those event, cost allocation, about 25% for salaries, for labor, supplies, and then any sort of accommodations that we have going with it. So what are we asking? So we're asking 80,000 for the commerce. Now, that's a lot, yes. But I encourage you to think it from not just from a standpoint of just space that we're adding onto it. You're essentially paying that to save lives. So we feel that the 80,000 honestly isn't that much compared to what the actual full potential is that is actually going to be intended towards. Also, the face is unreal. So it's not that much. So our pledge, so all in all, obviously this is kind of post whenever the expansion does happen. We're going to pledge about 2 to 3% of our sales to help with costs of Humane Society. It's going to be more dogs, so it's going to be more cost. And the cost, I kind of mentioned earlier, is the food, the supplies, the vaccinations. They also get microchipped once they are adopted. So we're trying to help them out, alleviate those costs by pledging about 2 to 3% of our sales from PetSmart.
Did you guys have any questions?
And then real quick, in the very beginning, it says $6 million. That was years. That was not for DFW. That's United States, $6 million they take in a year, not just.
Will you be through all the ballots?
We're driving all the PetSmart through Dallas, yes. And then Humane Society is just one entity.